Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. We've got Crypto Insight UK here on Twitter stating this, an interesting comment. It's interesting how we are seeing a myriad of SEC attacks now on crypto, and price action isn't actually reflecting this. Imagine this 3 months ago, and what it would have done to the markets. Bottom has been in for a while. A very astute observation, I gotta say. This is the total crypto market, guys, on the daily. And, back when we saw the FTX collapse, the crypto market basically cratered. It went down roughly 25%. And I guess at its bottom, it was closer to 30%. So the market cap at that time was over $1 trillion right before the FTX announcement, and down 30%. It went down to about $727 billion. And, we're still seeing a very strong attack on the crypto market in the United States specifically. However, we are not actually seeing that being reflected in the crypto space. So this is the total market cap, including Bitcoin. Let's just bring up total 2 right now real quickly, just to show you guys it's kind of the same deal here. Let me take it off auto here. Even altcoins, since that high did come down about 30%, give or take. And now they're up quite significantly. We did see a very bullish January. And, even now in February, we're getting notice after notice of, these stable coins under fire. And we really haven't seen that much movement. The market today is actually up a little bit. The market cap hanging on above $1 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance still hanging on at 41.7%. So Bitcoin and altcoins moving in tandem. Over the last 24 hours, we're seeing Bitcoin up 2.9. We got Ethereum up 4.2. BNB coin, so the top 3 up 3.0, and XRP, the number 4 coin by market cap, up 4.59. So a positive day, or rather the last 24 hours has been fairly positive for crypto. Despite what we are seeing, and there's even been rumors swirling around, Binance has now put the pause on USDC withdrawals on the ETH chain due to a temporary shortage. Last withdrawal was processed about 9 hours ago. Does it really take that long to move funds cross-chain? This one from Dirty Bubble Media here on Twitter. Now, there was also some rumors that Circle received a Wells notice as well. Bill Morgan here tweeting this. We now know the SEC won't settle with Ripple anytime soon. In the current circumstances, a settlement that gave XRP regulatory clarity would give it a huge advantage in the market. And if you guys didn't catch the video I did yesterday, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Gary Gensler, possible double agent. A bigger plan, plans within plans to regulate the heck out of this market. And, we're seeing more of the same. I think that they thought that, they could fool us twice. They fooled us once with the FTX debacle, creating huge selling pressure. And now they're throwing all kinds of other cases at the crypto space. But it's really not affecting price, at least not to the degree that I think they wanted it to be affected. So this apparently is just a rumor. SEC orders Circle to cease the sales of unregistered securities USDC. But that has been squashed. Rumors circling on Twitter that the stablecoin issuer received a litigation notice from the SEC. But Circle executive Dante Disparte has rebuffed this claim. On February the 14th, a now deleted tweet from Fox Business reporter Eleanor claimed Circle had been ordered with an SEC cease and desist letter due to Circle's USDC and stablecoin being an unregistered security. However, the rumor was swiftly rebuffed by Dante Disparte, Chief Strategy Officer and Head of Global Policy at CirclePay. He did tweet this out yesterday afternoon, so Circle has not, in fact, received a Wells notice. Got to keep things straight here because there is a lot that is going on. Ian Binns posting this, the SEC's crypto crackdown, terrible for Democrats. This coming from Stuart Alderati, Ripple's in-house counsel, in light of the recent actions taken by the U.S. financial watchdog against crypto giants Paxos and Kraken. Ripple's legal chief advisor, Stuart Alderati, took a jab at the SEC's Gary Gensler on Twitter. In his opinion, the recent crypto-focused attacks could have an adverse effect on the Biden administration and the Democratic Party as a whole. Now, guys, I'm going to get into some more information with regards to hires up in the U.S. government and, their laser-focused approach on cracking down on crypto. But Stuart Alderati here saying, this is just not going to bode well for Democrats. With crypto crackdowns taking place left, right, and center, Alderati remarks that there are over 40 million people in the country who hold cryptocurrency, the majority of whom are between the ages of 18 to 34. And come from a variety of racial and ethnic backgrounds. So an interesting demographic to obviously consider. The fact that this constitutes a large portion of citizens who have the right to vote might not end up being beneficial for the Biden administration. Additionally, if the sentiment of the market is any indication, then the vast majority of people are disgruntled with the way things are shaping up in the overall crypto space. Well, I do not disagree. The statistical data point to the fact that Alderoty's assertions are in fact true. According to research that was published last month, around 22% of the adult population in the United States, or 46 million people, are investors and holders of Bitcoin. Moreover, the majority of cryptocurrency enthusiasts are male between the ages of 18 to 49, as per a survey that was conducted by NBC in March of last year. So, they're attacking us. They are not considering any of the nuances, I think, that political parties should be considering when doing this kind of thing. I think there is a bigger agenda. Of course, crypto control is, something they want to take it out of the hands of retail and put it in the hands of the powers that be. Similar to the financial system, crypto is an extension of the financial system. They realize we can become our own banks, and they want to stop that. Now, as a result, Eleanor tweeted this out: the progressive Massachusetts Democrat is starting to recruit conservative Senate Republicans to her anti-crypto cause. This has to do with Elizabeth Warren, and I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but, to Stuart Alderoty's point, the Democrats not looking too favorable on crypto adoption. Well, Senator Elizabeth Warren is branding herself as the Scrooge of crypto, and she's not doing it alone. The progressive Massachusetts Democrat is starting to recruit conservative Senate Republicans to her anti-crypto cause and getting some early positive vibes from bank lobbyists who also want to rein in digital asset startups. So tapping in on Republicans, Warren has emerged as a lead lawmaker on crypto oversight and is trying to build support behind a bill that would have sweeping implications for the industry via tougher anti-money laundering restrictions, including requirements that more crypto service providers verify customers' identities. I want to emphasize how good her office has been to work with, said Senator Roger Marshall, the Kansas Republican who co-sponsored Warren's legislation. Crypto advocates are resisting Warren's push, and some dismiss her as an outlier, but her budding partnership with GOP lawmakers reflects broader forces that are poised to unite progressives and conservatives, watchdog groups, and bankers who share common cause in wanting to derail the unfettered growth of crypto. It's a fight, guys, and keep your crypto safe. This is kind of all I have to say at this point. They're coming after us. They do not want us to hold this. They do not want us to get rich off this. Keep your crypto safe, guys. Who knows which cryptocurrency exchange could be targeted next? Again, this is why I keep my crypto in a cold storage solution. Well, not just for this reason. I've been doing it for years now, but I personally use the Ledger Nano. I have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to use it. If you're still looking for a solution, you can use my link. You don't have to use it. Essentially, though, we are navigating uncharted waters for crypto regulation. I mean, none of us have been exposed to this, and they're moving gung-ho, full steam ahead. The Democratic Party now trying to get Republicans on board to perhaps sway the sentiment. I also happen to see this from CoinDesk. So there is an elephant in the room. Senator Tim Scott calls out Gary Gensler in yesterday's U.S. Senate Banking Committee with regards to the crypto crash hearing. And here's what he said real quick.
As I want to address the elephant in the room, if Chairman Gensler is going to take action, enforcement action, and Congress needs to hear from him very soon. The chairman had lots of time to do the rounds on the morning talk shows. If he has time for that, he should be here testifying with us this morning. And I hope that we see him here very soon.
Why isn't Gary Gensler testifying with Congress? We need to hear from him very soon. Amen, says XRP Snaky here on Twitter. Other people chiming in this thread. Johnny Bravo saying, it's absolutely hilarious that he just doesn't show up because he knows he's more powerful than they are. He has the banks in his back pocket, and Congress relies on the banks and is absolutely beholden to them. It's a dead end, folks. TCXRP down here saying just hearing about this from Congress while they sit there and do absolutely nothing about it is becoming more tiresome than the trading range crypto has been stuck in for the past 13 months. Congress, stop talking and start doing. So TCXRP here wanting something to be done. Obviously, the progress has been a bit lackluster. XRP Lyric down here saying, but at what point will it ever dawn on people that you're going to have to subpoena Gary? This is a man who believes he answers to no one. Yeah, I get that sense from Gary Gensler. And, I think we've actually uncovered a good reason why, which I will be getting to, guys, very shortly. Ian Binns here posted this, okay? So in the United States, obviously the regulatory clarity will have a ripple effect to other countries. And so although certain countries, have their regulatory clarity, other countries are looking to the US for guidance, and South Korea is one of them. So this is going to have worldwide implications. And, quite frankly, even if countries already do have regulatory clarity, if the US decides to regulate something in a certain way that could benefit other countries who even have the regulatory clarity might take a step back and take a look at what the US is doing, focus on the possible outcomes, and, maybe shift their guidance accordingly. So specifically, here's what's happening in South Korea. Okay, the South Korean Financial Supervisory Services, or the FSS, is reportedly monitoring the lawsuit between the US and the SEC, crypto firm Ripple specifically. So the news outlet reported just yesterday that Ripple's case could strongly impact how crypto assets are classified in the Asian countries. So Korea, looking at how the SEC is going to rule on Ripple and XRP before they kind of move forward with their guidance, it added that while digital assets like Bitcoin and Ether are not classified as security tokens, the classification of XRP in the US could broadly impact the classification of other altcoins as securities. South Korea's financial regulator previously said we would revise regulations and formats so that token securities can be issued and distributed in accordance with relevant guidelines and hold a briefing session for the industry. The report added that the FSS's digital asset research team was also reviewing other foreign cases related to the crypto industry. So not just the United States, but other cases too. If we're going to get on board globally with a standard, with a framework, these countries have to work together to some degree. We can't be completely left and right, black and white on crypto regulation. It just would not work. South Korea recently published guidelines on the regulation of security tokens and their issuance. Under this guideline, the country will regulate certain digital assets as securities, specifically under its Capital Markets Act. So I'm sure they have something similar that would be akin to the Howey test in South Korea. The SEC and Ripple have been embroiled in a 3-year legal tussle over whether XRP could be classified as a security, as we know, and hopefully we get some kind of verdict as early as March. Wishful thinking, I do not know. Hopefully we do get something. It wasn't a popular tweet at the start of the year, and it probably still isn't very popular with regards to Ripple's settlement. John Deaton just reminding us of this. It certainly wasn't a popular tweet at the start of the year, but I think it is clear that there won't be a settlement between the SEC and Ripple until after the judge rules, if ever. So his original tweet was over here. In sum, unfortunately, I think a settlement with Ripple is not in Gensler's mindset. I don't believe it's going to settle and publicly agree that ongoing and future XRP sales, including in the secondary market, are non-securities. And Ripple won't settle unless the SEC so agrees. So we kind of know, where they stand in terms of that, where the SEC stands and where Ripple stands. The world is waiting with bated breath, including South Korea. So just wanted to thank Ian Binns here for posting that. Obviously, CoinDesk, Eleanor, Turret, Ian Binns again for this article here, Bill Morgan, and everybody else who has contributed, like Dirty Bubble Media. So moving along, guys, Eleanor Turret posting this. I asked Tom Emmer for his reaction to the crypto blitz. This is GOP Majority Whip here. Tom Emmer, where are the rules? After the fact, enforcement actions mean nothing unless paired with a framework for compliance. Gary Gensler has subjected the crypto community to regulatory purgatory with little to no way to offer registered compliant products and services in the United States, and in the process has hurt everyday American investors the most. We need to bring crypto firms into the United States' safe and strong markets, not regulate them offshore, leaving investors vulnerable to insufficient regulatory safeguards. Everybody seems to be asking the same question. First of all, where the heck is Gary Gensler? That's the big elephant in the room, amidst a big crypto crash. Why haven't we come to a conclusion yet? Obviously, other countries, looking to regulate crypto based on the SEC's ruling on the Ripple case specifically. We've got Democrats now looking bad and, trying to pull support from their Republican counterparts. And Eleanor Turret here stating the obvious. Also wanted to mention this from Mr. Hubert. So with regards to the SEC and their interagency politics, I don't know what I would call that. The SEC is a dystopia. Their chief accountant publishes SEC's accounting standards. The SEC claims that this is his private opinion and they don't approve these standards. The SEC's accounting standards may be completely different from the standards of the SEC's accounting division. So they can't even get on the same page within their own division, okay? This was published just yesterday by Paul Munter, their chief accountant, okay, over there at the SEC, published directly on the SEC's webpage. Accounting standards setting in a rapidly evolving business environment, a focus on the timely delivery of investor priorities. So this is just a page here on investing standards. They do mention crypto assets, but I just wanted to draw your attention to the title there. And even here, the SEC says the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission disclaims responsibility for any private publication or statement of any SEC employee or commissioner. This statement is provided by the staff of the Office of the Chief Accountant, or the OCA, in their official capacity and does not necessarily reflect the views of the commission, the commissioners, or other members of the staff. Our and we are used throughout this statement to refer to OCA staff. So they are not even taking responsibility for what their own accountants are posting now on their official websites. Go figure. Probably want to keep their hands clean. I mean, why else would they do this? Why would they even publish it if they don't even stand by it officially? Mr. Hubert mentioning this down here, an institution like the US SEC would be classified as a terrorist organization in Switzerland. If you guys do not know, Mr. Hubert is from Switzerland, so he would know. Today's statement by the SEC Chief Accountant CPA reads like a canned performance review of the FAF Norwalk. Don't know what that is, but just hovering over this, the Financial Accounting Standards Board. In April of 22, SEC set staff practice for crypto assets held for platform users, recognizing unique risks. Was FTX in the sample? An interesting question to be asking. I will link this in the description, guys, if you want to read this thread further. Wanting to keep moving along because I happened upon this gem from Tony Edward of the Thinking Crypto podcast. Now, if you guys aren't catching Tony's interviews, I do suggest you watch Thinking Crypto. He's been around for a while. Provides some of the best crypto-related interviews, I think, on YouTube. So do follow his channel, subscribe. A great resource in the crypto community. And now Tony Edward has now spoken out about Operation Checkpoint 2.0. If you guys don't remember, I did a video recently about how the administration is treating crypto like they did Operation Choke Point back a few years ago. And I'll link that video up here if you didn't catch it. So Tony Edward has spoken to a source who cannot be named, and they gave me insight into the attack on crypto, aka Operation Choke Point 2.0. This person worked in government and is now in the crypto industry. So guys, some insight now on what is going on and why the SEC perhaps is behaving the way they are. This attack was greenlit from the top, okay? So this is information that he got from a source that cannot be revealed. They did work for government, now they're in crypto. So this has been greenlit from the top. It is coming from the Biden administration. This is why you see the SEC and the CFTC and other agencies targeting crypto companies in parallel. And I noticed all these attacks seem to be, kind of coming down one after the other after the other. We had the red herrings, the Terra Luna collapse last spring, and then we had the FTX thing, obviously, in November. Two big incidences that brought the market down, essentially bringing the market down to its knees. Let's not forget the Terra Luna thing was the big one. That really scared a lot of people out of the market. The market rallied again. I guess they obviously realized that that was not going to be enough. So then the FTX thing happened here. So we have Terra Luna here. FTX here brought the market down a bit more. And obviously now coming to think about it, it's looking like these are staggered events, planned staggered events that are really trying to bring the market down even further. Now they're unleashing a whole bunch of other things like the stablecoin stuff, staking, so on and so forth. And the market hasn't really been reacting, as I was mentioning at the top of the video. Anyway, back to Tony Edwards here. We are seeing now the SEC and the CFTC targeting crypto companies in parallel. This is why Gary Gensler is so bold and not afraid of the consequences, because he has the backing of government. Obviously, this is not making the Democrats look very good, but he's got the backing of government. And I mean, this is how the theory goes. The negative influence on the administration is coming from the following parties. Janet Yellen specifically absolutely does not like crypto. SEC Gary Gensler wants more power for the SEC and will give some of it back when regulators come, but will have a large slice of the pie by then. And then there's the Fed, guys. Stablecoins undermine the Fed and the banking industry's control of money to a certain degree. I've personally spoken about this. CBDCs are coming. The digital dollar cannot be usurped by stablecoins. And again, that's the other thing, right? The stablecoin issue, something I've also talked about in my videos. It's also how retail preserves profits. So how can they realistically think that you and I, retail traders, and even just the general public, will move to a central bank digital currency, will agree to using a central bank digital currency if we have other options available to us? USDC, Tether, whether it's BUSD or whatever it is, any kind of stable coin pegged to the US dollar. If you are a US citizen or you work in US dollars, well, you have many other options there. The question is going to be, if there is a foreign entity that creates a USD stablecoin and there is some way to custody that coin that is not within the US's jurisdiction, are there going to be some more barriers, some more roadblocks for the government so that they cannot completely squash stablecoins. I mean, they're trying really, really hard, but this is a bit of a cat and mouse game, a bit of a whack-a-mole scenario. So there's the Fed too, stablecoins, digital dollar cannot be usurped by stablecoins. Gary Gensler wants to be the face of this attack because he wants to build this clout and resume. He would like to get the Treasury job in the future. Can this be stopped? Yes, but Congress has to act. Will they? Well, that is the big question. I hope all these congressmen here and others can get something done this year. Prepare for more pain, guys. The attack has just started. They will continue to apply pressure. Of course, fraudster SBF gave them the ammo they needed to be this aggressive. We have to fight back. We have to drum up as much noise as we did with the infrastructure bill. In my opinion, we are in the then they fight you phase. As we've seen throughout history, they can slow disruptive tech down, but they cannot stop it. I am bullish long term. I don't know if this is a joke or not. Tony2823 here asking for sources. But we got to remember Tony Edward got a great reputation in the crypto space. Bro, I've interviewed politicians and regulators. I'm not here to BS. I completely agree. Tony Edward, a reliable source. So, when he posts a thread like this, I mean, he didn't have to post this. My ears tend to perk up and listen. The rot runs deep, guys. Just remember there are positives and negatives to everything. Okay, this coming from Jesse Hines. Take, for example, this recent SEC assault on crypto. What are the negatives? Well, obviously all of it. But what are the positives? Ripple has a 3-year head start on everyone else towards a resolution. Even XRP haters are going to start hoping and praying that Ripple wins. The destiny of many of these actions will lie in the Ripple defense. If there is one company in this space that I would want to have the first shot at making case law, it is Ripple, and I could not agree more. Real XRP boy down here saying, I'm sure members of Congress were briefed and provided a bunch of writing on crypto. I'm certain members are aware that this could potentially be a national security issue where each nation is competing for supremacy. Why are they so slow to react? SEC Gov impeded innovation. Domhanta down here saying Ripple have always seemed to be ahead of all of crypto in regard to future events, or had a major hand in most major points in crypto, interoperability, smart contracts. No one token will rule them all. Regulation and one day soon utility will win the day. I think Ada1_XRP really sums it up nicely when he says it will have a ripple effect. I don't disagree. Again, Ripple in a wonderful spot here, considering the SEC probably now realizes that they have to take a more aggressive approach. And guys, this is what we are seeing today. With a Ripple verdict, though, XRP holders 3 years ahead for clarity, utility, and most importantly, profits. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.